It begins with a whisper. Not in space, but in the halls of science. A whisper that says, "What if Stephen Hawking was right? And black holes are far more dangerous than we ever dared to imagine." They call them black holes. Those invisible. Maws of gravity that bend time, twist space, and consume everything that dares cross their threshold. To most of us, they are cosmic monsters, silent predators of the night sky. But what if they're not just destroyers? What if they are something else, something more? Picture this. Deep in the Chilean desert, beneath a sky so clear it feels like glass, astronomers at the Atacama Observatory gather around a flickering screen. One of them, Dr. Marcus Lane, whispers the words that stop the room cold. It doesn't vanish. It changes. The data suggests that the light from a distant quasar hasn't been erased by a black hole, but scattered, bent, as if being rerouted. Could this be evidence that black holes aren't prisons but gateways? Now, shift the scene. Geneva, Switzerland. The underground corridors of CERN buzz with nervous energy. A physicist named Amira Khatib leads her team into the Large Hadron Collider control room. The latest particle collision results reveal something terrifyingly familiar. Mathematical echoes of black hole signatures appearing in the subatomic realm. Not in space, but right here on Earth. And the patterns suggest a possibility that shakes science to its core, that the universe itself might be structured like a black hole. We've heard the myths. Ancient Hindu texts spoke of cycles of creation and destruction, worlds dissolving back into the void, only to be born again. Norse sagas told of Ginnungagap, the great emptiness before creation. And in Greek legend, even the gods feared the power of chaos, the cosmic abyss. Today, science dares to whisper the same thing, in equations instead of poetry. Imagine the observable universe, the galaxies, stars, planets, even us, floating inside an invisible boundary called the cosmic horizon. Just like the event horizon of a black hole, nothing beyond it can be seen. The parallel is almost too perfect. Are we already inside? But here's where mystery collides with politics. Across the Atlantic, in a closed-door Pentagon meeting, defense officials study classified simulations. Satellites near Sagittarius A, the supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy, have picked up distortions, signals resembling coded patterns. The whispers begin. Is someone, or something, using black holes to communicate? Suddenly, what was once the domain of science fiction becomes a matter of national security. And the questions deepen. If black holes are gateways, then to where? Another part of our universe? A parallel dimension? Or perhaps a place beyond the reach of time itself? In a candlelit monastery high in the Himalayas, a monk named Tenzin tells a story passed down for centuries, that black voids in the sky are not ends, but the wombs of stars yet to be born. When scientists from Kyoto University hear this, they cannot dismiss it outright. Their models now suggest that black holes could, under certain conditions, expel matter, not destroy it, like a cosmic recycling plant, like seeds for new universes. But here lies the twist. If every black hole births another universe, then ours may have been born from one too. And if that's true, then the Big Bang wasn't the beginning, was an escape, a breakout from a parent universe that collapsed into its own black hole. Suddenly, the cycle of myths, the whispers of creation and destruction, align with equations written on chalkboards and scribbled in notebooks. Now, let's stretch further. If black holes connect universes, what about intelligence? Could consciousness itself pass through? A controversial idea emerges from the halls of Cambridge. voiced by the young theorist Rafael Silva. He suggests that information, memories, thoughts, patterns of life could be preserved in the quantum threads of black holes. If true, he says, pausing as cameras flash, then death may not be the end, only a transfer. Meanwhile, on a windswept coast in Ireland, an ancient stone circle called Drombeg aligns perfectly with the position of a black hole in the night sky during the solstice. Archaeologists wonder, did ancient civilizations already sense this connection? Did they build monuments not just to the sun, but to the shadows? And as these discoveries mount, the world takes notice. Conspiracy forums flood with speculation. Are governments hiding black hole portals? Politicians argue over funding telescopes versus weapons. Billionaires quietly invest in spacecraft capable of approaching the galactic center. Everyone wants to be the first to step into the void. But not all voices agree. In a dimly lit lecture hall at Princeton, Dr. Lila Moreau warns, if we open a door to another universe, we don't know what comes through. Her words hang in the air, a reminder that curiosity has always been both humanity's gift and its curse. Then comes the revelation no one expects. In 2031, a European Space Agency probe approaches the edge of a small black hole. As its instruments transmit their final data, a signal bursts out, structured, deliberate, almost musical. Not random noise, not physics, a message. The black hole speaks. And in that instant, the question transforms. Black holes aren't just cosmic engines. They might be alive, they might be intelligent, or perhaps they are the nervous system of a universe far larger than our own, nodes in a web that stretches beyond imagination. So, what does this mean for us? If we are living inside a black hole, then every law we take for granted, time, space, causality, may only be local illusions. If black holes are gateways, then every star in the sky might be a doorway home, or to somewhere unthinkably different. And if they can think, if they can speak, then humanity has just stumbled upon neighbors older and stranger than gods. The question is no longer, what are black holes? The question is, what are we, if our very existence depends on theirs? And maybe, just maybe, the reason we've been staring into the dark for so long is because the dark has been staring back. What if black holes are not the end of the story, but the beginning of a truth we were never meant to survive? And as the last stars fade, as galaxies drift into silence, only one certainty remains. The universe will end not with fire, but with a whisper from the abyss. A whisper that might say, "Welcome home." Crave the truth behind tomorrow's battles. Subscribe to the Infographics Lens and like to unlock